Hi everybody and welcome back to the Upside Down. I am so excited to be talking about yet another episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This is episode 4 of the MCU Disney Plus series, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This is a spoiler recap and review as always, so that's a spoiler warning for episode 4 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Episode 4 is titled, The Whole World is Watching. John Walker loses patience with Sam and Bucky as they learn more about Karli Morgenthau. This episode starts out with such a great scene with a Wakanda flashback of when Bucky was there, healing and, getting fixed, from being, the Winter Soldier. It was such an emotional and powerful scene, really. You see him becoming free, as he says, and he's crying, and you could tell he's so happy that he's free as Io is, reciting the trigger words, basically, to control the Winter Soldier. And it's not working. He is so happy to be free. You could just tell it from Sebastian Stan's acting. Sebastian Stan is amazing in this scene. Absolutely great. I am so glad that we got even a little flashback of his time in Wakanda. I absolutely love Wakanda. I love the Dora Milaje. Black Panther, all of that. It's so great to see that, and even not just that, but other MCU properties and MCU worlds in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. She says, Io says you are free. Io says you are free. And then it goes back to present day where we left off last episode. And she said, how could you free him? So I liked the, the parallel there. She gives him 8 hours, and then she and the Dora Milaje are going to come for Zemo. So Zemo and Falcon and Bucky, they're going into town, and they're going to find, the mother that died last episode. So they're going to find her, and they're asking around about her. No one's giving them anything. They don't trust them. They're hiding. They're just giving them one-word answers. They're running away. And it's an interesting scene. You're wondering what is so wrong, what's going on here. Zemo brings a bunch of candy to kids. It's kind of creepy, but and he gets some information, and but he whispers to the girl, "Don't trust them. They're the bad guys," referencing Sam and Bucky. So I thought that was definitely interesting. I knew that Zemo just, I don't think he can go this long not, doing something a little shady. I absolutely love Zemo. Daniel Bruhl does an amazing job. We hit a Flag Smasher scene. Still, I'm not totally on board with the Flag Smashers, but this episode did help a little, help remedy that a little. They're getting, I don't want to say they're growing at me though. I don't really care that much. I kind of do, just story-wise, but really, they're not doing much for me. I wish they were. But this episode was definitely better with that. You get a good conversation with Sam and Karli later. But anyway, so there's like one of the guys, part of the Flag Smashers, was like, you should be the one being Captain America, basically, or something like that. I was like, not my Cap. She is not my Cap. Definitely not. And maybe it's just I don't feel a connection to them, and like at least, and she's a good actress, don't get me wrong. But Wyatt Russell as John Walker, he's a character that so many people hate, and I don't hate him. I like him as a character. He adds some cool conflicts with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So I like him, but Karli I just do not connect with yet. These Flag Smashers I do not connect with yet. I don't know. I wouldn't want her to be Cap just for that reason. I don't know anything about her. And I know you could say, oh well, John Walker was just introduced and he's Cap. Yeah, and people are mad about that. But I am more connected to his character. And it was interesting that wasn't actually her mom. For some reason, I thought that was her actual mom. I know they mentioned her. She's just, I guess, their mother or something. So Zemo does use it as leverage, the knowledge that he has about, the funeral. So they don't just, find out where the funeral is and then ditch him or something. But anyway, they get to the funeral. Sam goes in alone. He's telling John and Lamar, Bucky, and Zemo just stay. Give me 10 minutes. They have a really emotional and good talk where you're really starting to understand more about Karli and Sam, and they're both starting to understand each other. I think they do have, kind of a respect for each other, and they want to see the good in each other. And Kari wants to trust Sam, it seems, and Sam wants to trust Kari. I do think that they have a connection, and that was the most interesting aspect, about the Flag Smashers, Kari specifically. And I knew this was going to happen, but John Walker couldn't wait. He barges in, like a doofus. Kari runs. Kari feels betrayed by Sam, understandably. Sam's trying to tell her, no, it wasn't me, that wasn't part of the plan. And Kari is running, they're all fighting the Flag Smashers. Zemo was handcuffed downstairs. He got out, and as Kari's about to try to get out, he shoots her, and he's shooting her. And, shooting at her, she does get hit. She doesn't die. And but she drops all the vials of, the serum, and Zemo picks one up, and then he just starts smashing them all. He misses one. Kari runs as he's smashing them. John Walker sees that serum that he misses, and he grabs it and looks at it and places it in his pocket. It's definitely good foreshadowing for what's to come, and we've already known. He wants to live up to Captain America's image. He doesn't want to be Steve Rogers, but he wants to live up to the image, the symbol that America portrays, and we will get to that at the end of this awesome episode. He puts the serum in, and you get conversations with him and Lamar in this episode, and just about, would you take the serum, and all of that. And then we get this awesome scene at the hotel with the Dora Milaje. I absolutely love this scene. It's one of my favorite scenes from this episode, probably of the show so far. And the Dora Milaje action scene, it's just epic. It was good, and it was pretty funny and witty as well. And actually, there was a part that I laughed out loud so hard at. We'll get to that in just a second. So Cap is trying to tell the Dora Milaje and say you don't he's trying to command them to stand down and stuff. And they're just trying to take Zemo, and he's like, you don't have any jurisdiction here. And I loved what she said to reply. She said, the Dora Milaje has jurisdiction wherever the Dora Milaje finds itself. I loved it. It's like, yes, go, you go, girl. I don't know why I said that. But I loved it. I was like, yes, I literally said yes out loud. So it was an awesome scene. And then we get into the action, and they are whooping the new Cap's butt. And Lamar, of course, but mostly the new Cap. And this is the line I get laughed out loud at more than I probably ever have in an MCU project. I'm not kidding. Bucky's like, looking strong, John. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I laughed, and I did my little clap thing. And it was just a great, and they didn't jump in right away. Bucky and Falcon didn't jump in right away to help him, of course. And I do like the line right before the fight started. Falcon was like, you'd rather Cap, to John Walker, you'd rather take on Bucky before you take on the Dora Milaje, which is absolutely true. Dora Milaje whoop him. Sam and Bucky do get in, and you find out that maybe Wakandans and really anyone doesn't really trust Bucky, maybe except for Sam, because they put a thing in his arm where they can disconnect it at any time, and they disconnect his arm. So he feels powerless, obviously. Zemo escapes during this scene. I think there's a hole under the bathtub or something, and he goes under it, and he's gone, and we don't see him for the rest of the episode. We don't know where he went. We don't know what he's doing. The Dora Milaje must be still out there looking for him. I cannot wait to see what these last two episodes hold. So we get to a scene that I really liked with Kari, actually, is she calls Sarah Sam's sister and threatens her and her kids, so Sam's nephews, to tell Sam these coordinates, tell him to come here alone at this time. And it was actually really intimidating. I actually found Kari intimidating. And I was like, oh, she's probably not really going to threaten. She's going to threaten them, but she's not really going to hurt them or kill them. And she does say that she wasn't actually ever going to hurt her. I don't know, though, but it'd be interesting to see. So Sam's obviously really mad. Sam shows up with Bucky, even though she said alone. And, a fight ensues. Sharon is in this episode, but not much. They just have her, tracking the new Captain America on a satellite, making sure where he keeping track on him so he doesn't do anything too stupid. And we get a conversation with Lamar and John Walker. which is really cool. You get to see John Walker sign an autograph. That's not the cool part, but it's, like I said, debating whether you take the serum or not. He doesn't tell Lamar that he has the serum, at least not on screen. We don't see that. But the next time we see him, we're like, oh, okay, he took the serum. They were debating it. They had a good conversation about it. I really am a fan of Lamar, Battlestar, and I like John Walker, like I said. So then we get to a big fight. John Walker and Lamar go to, where Sam and Bucky are meeting. No. So they're going, they find the rest of the Flag Smashers, John Walker and Lamar. And Sharon tells Sam, because she's tracking him on the sidewalk. She's tracking him on the satellite. And she tells Sam, he's on the move. So Sam and Bucky go, Kari runs. And then a big fight between all of these guys ensues, and this is the tragic part. I got sad. I'm like, I wanted more of this character. Lamar seemingly dies. It looks definite that he died, but I don't know. I hope not. I feel like there's so much more you can do with Battlestar. Like he's a character from the comics. I don't know what they're gonna do. But he's dead, and it's sad. And you see the rage in John Walker. This is why Ryan Russell, he's doing an amazing job. This cast really is just doing a good job, especially, I have to say, Anthony Mackie as the Falcon, of course, Sebastian Stan as the Winter Soldier, of course, and Daniel Bruhl as Zemo, and Wyatt Russell as John Walker. They're especially doing just an amazing job. He runs after Kari and the other Flag Smasher guy, main guy. And he's like, where is she? Kari was already out. And he's running after this guy. And this guy and him have a little fight. And it ends with John continually bashing the shield against this guy, killing him. He murdered this guy. Yes, he's, a bad guy, kind of, at least in John Walker's eyes, obviously. But he murdered this man in broad daylight. People were recording, so that's not good for the image, of course, American image. He's supposed to be the new symbol. This shield is supposed to be a symbol of America, bravery, everything, stoic, but he's not using it as such. The editing for the kill was a little weird. I understand, obviously, that it's Disney Plus, Marvel, MCU, PG-13, TV-14 here, and you can't show too much, but it just seemed, like he wasn't hit. I don't know, maybe my TV was just glitching. I don't know, it just looked weird. But anyway, really brutal scene. A chilling image at the end. It was chilling. I was like, you're not used to it. You're used to Cap like this, standing all stoically with the shield. But instead, you get John Walker standing stoically, kind of, but his shield, he's holding his shield and there's blood on it. Such a chilling, scary, weird, brutal, amazing scene. Very good imagery, very scary imagery. You're not used to that. A hero should be holding that, not a murderer. Yes, obviously Cap he's gone hard with that shield on people, but you see blood on this shield. While the supposed Captain America is holding it, it's chilling. People are recording. This is not going to look good, obviously, for this. It ends there. Cut to credits. Amazing episode. I loved this episode. And I was gonna say this week, I was gonna be like, okay, so, and maybe it's still true. Like I said last week, I love this show. I like it. I'm enjoying it while I'm watching it, but it's not, the camaraderie and the theorizing and the talking about, feeling that you have between WandaVision episodes. I don't get that between these. I'm just like, I'm watching it the day it comes out. I'm enjoying it while I'm watching it. There's going to be an episode next week. That's how I am really for this. But now I'm really excited to see what the last two episodes have in store. This one was a great one. 3 and 4 were really good episodes. Definitely my favorite. And this is definitely my favorite one. What did you think of episode 4 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier? What did you think of that ending? What did you think of that death? Let me know down in those comments. Please let me know. You can have a spoiler-filled conversation down there. You can theorize all you want. Like I said, I might not join in, or I might agree with you, but I'm not going to be that into theorizing from now on, pretty much. I think it's going to be hard for Loki. Loki looks trippy, but Loki looks so good. So, what did you think of this episode? Let me know down in those comments. Are you excited for me to review every MCU film? Let me know. And are you excited for the last 2 episodes of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier? If you liked this content, you're likely going to like more, so click around here to see more. Please like this video, comment on this video. What's your favorite episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Share this video with the MCU fans in your life. Hit that notification bell, subscribe, and come to the Upside Dan.